Hey everyone, welcome back to Sippin' Tea with Tiffani. I'm your host, Tiffani Nanka-Bruce. Today I had the wonderful pleasure of sipping tea with the phenomenal Dr. Alma Martinez. Alma is a stage director, theater professor, and an acclaimed actress in film, television, and theater, from Broadway and off-Broadway to Mexican and European stages. If you're keeping up with the best stuff streaming and on TV, you've definitely seen her in Hintified, Undone, the Peabody Award-winning drama series The Bridge, and the new series Botched Legacy. And if you're really lucky, you got to see her live or on screen in Zoot Suit, or as the leading lady in many of Luis Valdez's Teatro Campesino productions. So grab a cup of whatever you fancy and your things to remember's list, because you're not gonna wanna miss a drop of what Alma has to say. Hey Alma, how are you doing?
I am really well. You've just made my day. The whole crew got my energy up. I'm excited. Such a pleasure to be here.
Good, I'm so happy. So before we get started, can you just give us an intro about who you are, where you come from, what you enjoy doing these days?
My name is Alma Martinez, or Alma Martinez. I was born in Mexico. I'm in a city called Monclova, Coahuila, in Mexico. My parents immigrated when I was 3 months old, and we moved to Waukegan, Illinois.
Nice.
Yeah, but we were there for Mexicans and snow and ice, yeah. So we were there 4 or 5 years, and so I grew up in Southern California, basically, Pico Rivera, went to El Rancho High School, etc. But I would describe myself, I'm a Latina woman, of Mexican descent. I am an actor. I've been an actor most of my career. I have also become a professor, meaning in 2001, I went back to get an advanced degree. And I became a professor. So I'm a professor of theater and actor. I'm also a stage director.
Wow.
And in acting, theater is my love. I love doing theater. And I do film and television. And yeah, I've got 4 siblings, an older sister named Thelma, and myself, and then 3 younger brothers. My parents are still with me, still with us.
Good.
And my background is just, I'm 69, going on 70, so lived a long time, a long, extensive, phenomenal career, and seen a lot of things. So yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what do you enjoy doing these days?
Oh my goodness, these days, as I told you before we started taping, I'm a person who's doing a million things at a time. I mean, a million things at a time. I'm currently preparing for a play I'm directing. I'm directing a play called References to Salvador Dali Make Me Hot by Jose Rivera. 2 brilliant young actors at Cal State University, Los Angeles. I'm prepping to direct that. Phenomenal team of designers. I'm also finishing my second edits on an article I've been invited to contribute to an anthology of Latino performance for Routledge Press, New York and London, so I'm finishing up that. I'm building a cottage in my back property. The workmen are out there building now.
So, we talked just very briefly about assimilation. So, how was that, thinking about your family, where they come from, was that a hard struggle for you? Did you have to be someone at home, and then when you went out into the world, be someone else?
So my mother always wanted us, to look great. We were always, it was a big deal for her. And more I keep thinking that it had to do with that. She said, I don't want people to think that we're messy, that we're dirty, or that we're poor, or that we, don't take care of ourselves. Meaning she was concerned with the outward appearance. And I don't think that was the case in Mexico, because they were dirt poor. It's when she came to this country. So I think she learned early that if people saw, even to this day, a strikingly elegant 90-year-old woman, they see that first, not a Mexican older woman. See what I mean? Yeah. So that goes back to as far as beauty and assimilation. Because remember, I grew up, my formative years were at home, speaking Spanish and watching television and playing with my poor neighborhood friends, white and black and Latino. And I thought I was white. for many years. I thought I was white. There was nothing to tell me I was not white. I saw television, I saw my family, so that was all like one world. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
I thought I was white. So when we moved to Pico Rivera, I started going to school, and even my transcripts, I remember looking, it's like her IQ is much higher than her test score. Back like in fourth grade, fourth grade, even back then, I didn't get it. I was behind. And we all know that now, that the testing discriminates against people of color and class. It totally discriminates, which is why they're trying to throw out SATs and any kind of testing. And some teachers began to recognize that I was smart and that I was, gifted in many ways. But in school, I was always behind.
So to wrap it up, what would you say would be a wish, a call to action to people who are struggling because of their personal matters, because of home life, struggling with understanding that they're beautiful?
So this whole thing of beauty then, I thought I was white for many years. But then I went to college, and that's really because I was the rah-rah queen at my university. Latinos, a beautiful young woman, and I was getting praised, because of everything that I was or am. But when I got into college, everything changed. Because I realized I was not white.
Okay.
I realized that even though I was educated white, I was not accepted as white. And I was taking classes at USC in Spanish, because I thought, well, I'm gonna take classes on Mexican Revolution, the novel, because that's, no, there were people who spoke Spanish better than me who were white and wrote it better than I did. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So then I started, okay, wait a minute. I'm not good at that either, as good or better, because I'm very competitive. So that's when it all changed. So I thought the looks I was getting, it was because I was, totally cute. Well, I was also very different. So it goes into the thing that I was very, very beautiful and very, as a young woman, but also I was different. And I began to realize I did not fit. I did not fit, and I was not white. Our beauty, because I'm an Indian, my body's like an Indian. As I get older especially, my proportion, the way I am, is Indian. I'm an Indian mixed race from Mexico. So I'm never going to be white European, that body type, that color, never.
The standard.
And that's the standard that a lot of us are taught when we watch television. That's why now I cannot watch, it's very difficult to watch shows that no people of color in. And it's still hard because we still don't see our standard of beauty, what we should be acknowledging as our cultural heritage and who we are. We're not seeing it enough.